Welcome to Politics News Wolf US channel. The assassination of a general or a commander is like the destruction of a unit. The Russian army is losing generals and commanders one by one. Ukrainian parties and sabotage groups, along with the attacks of the Ukrainian army, are also contributing to these losses. Recently, General Dmitry Ov was killed in a successful operation by Ukrainian sabotage group. Just a few days after this incident, there was news of another assassination. This assassination was announced by Chechen leader K on his Telegram. Because was Kary's most important aide who was assassinated? Kary's deputy Russian Special Forces commander and deputy commander of the Russian Army Second Course Act. Allah based a strange assassination because neither a weapon nor any other equipment was used in this assassination. The perpetrator of the assassination was an N. Let's analyze the details of this assassination and the developments in the occupied territories together. According to Kary's statement, on Monday, February 13, Russian Special Forces commander Aptai Aaunov faced an assassination on February 8. Aaunov was poisoned with a letter envelope sent to him because this envelope contained a poisonous substance. Caddy. Rob wrote about this assassination on his Telegram. Friends, our dear brother Aptai, Aaunov was poisoned a few days ago. He was hit by an intense caustic and pregnant odor without realizing what happened. Aaunov threw the envelope away and after a while he fell ill. The soldiers who brought the envelope to Elena also experienced changes in their condition. For this reason, everyone who touched the envelope was hospitalized. It is still unknown who carried out the assassination. In his statement on the incident, Cav said, on February 8, Elena received a letter envelope with a poisonous substance, suspicious of the caustic and pregnant odor. All precautions were. He cleaned his hands and washed his nostrils. His aides who touched the envelope were also treated. Caddy Ruff also said that experts are continuing to examine the poisonous substance and that an investigation into the assassination attempt has been launched. Ov, who was the commander of the AMA's Special Forces of the Russian Army and deputy commander of the Second Course, was an important figure for the Russian. So much so that Elena was awarded the Order of Hero of Russia in August. Allah, who led many operations of the Russian occupiers, was an important leader, especially for Chechens. For Chechen soldiers, Aov was the most respected person in the army after Chechen leader, Kary. Since the beginning of the Russia-Ukraine war, news of assassinations has been increasing day by day. Many comments were made after Kary's best friend was faced with a strange assassination war. Analysts and journalists interpreted these assassinations as a threat to Putin by both Ukrainian ASN and sabotage groups, as well as by Russians, in order for the Russian leader of Vladimir Putin to abandon the invasion. As it will be remembered, a British news agency reported that there was an assassination attempt on Putin in the 7th month of the war. According to the allegation, the left front tire of Putin's car was shot at and the tire of the vehicle exploded. Putin managed to survive this assassination. The fact that the Russian army has experienced 2 assassinations in the last is interpreted as Putin could be assassinated at any moment. Chechen leader Kary was terrified after this assassination. Kuddy may think that he is the next target because Chechen soldiers are losing ground day by day against the Ukrainian army. On the day Russia launched its invasion of Ukraine, the number of Chechen soldiers loyal to Kary was 21,000. The number is now less than 9,000. Chechen soldiers are constantly rebelling against the Russian army for deploying them in the most violent parts of the war and on the front line. Chechens say that the Russian army is using them as cannon fodder. Chechen soldiers increase their losses with the beginning of 2023. In the first days of the new year, the Ukrainian army carried out a major operation against the Chechen invaders. The Chechen headquarters in Ksitsia was blown up by HIMARS missiles in this operation. This was Cairo's most important headquarters. Part of the headquarters was used as an ammunition depot, which increased the intensity of the explosion. The Chechens lost between 200 and 500 soldiers in this operation alone. Kadyrov continues to lose at the front line. Kadyrov's troops face many difficulties on the front line. One of these problems is that they cannot gain a place in the Russian army. Soldiers of the Russian army and soldiers of the Wagner Group, a private military company, constantly humiliate touching soldiers because of their race. Kadyrov does not care if touch and soldiers are used as cannon and fodder and humiliated in the. Because Kadyrov's freedom, money, and position are in Putin's hands, it is almost impossible for Kadyrov to say anything against Putin. This is why his soldiers are humiliated and killed. The majority of Tino's population considers Kadyrov's support for Putin's decision to invade Ukraine to be wrong. However, they do not see Ka as a leader because Ka is aligned with the murderer of his father. Chechen. People believe that Putin had a hand in the murder of Ama Karykary's father and the first president of the Autonomous Republic of Chechnya. This is why the Chechen people hate Kary for collaborating with the Russian invaders. Another interesting fact about Chechen soldiers in the Russian-Ukrainian war is that Chechen soldiers are fighting alongside the Ukrainian army. Chechens are fighting each other in this. Chechens who are pro-Kady and pro-Putin are fighting on the Russian side. Well, Chechens who are against Kady and Putin are fighting on the Ukrainian army side. Chechens in the Ukrainian army are serving in the Sheikh Mana Battalion and the Jahar-Dalov Battalion. The soldiers in these battalions explain their fighting with the Ukrainian army by saying, "We came to take revenge on Put." Is clearly unaware of what is happening on the front lines because the other day he said that the Russian army would take Odessa, Kyiv, and Kiev and reach Poland. But what is happening on the front and in the army shows that what Kady says is not possible. Chechen and Russian soldiers are suffering constant casualties and unable to agree among themselves within the. It is impossible for an army that is not yet united to achieve success. When Chechen are dying one by one at the front, Kadyrov is making plans for himself. Recently, a striking allegation was made about Kady and Ijpryan, the owner of the Wagner Group company. This claim has been talked about for days. Kadyrov's closeness with Russian leader Putin is known by every. Is one of the rare people who can reach Putin whenever he wants. This means he knows a lot about Putin. Kadyrov is allegedly passing secret information to Pryan. Kadyrov and Prin have agreed between themselves and are preparing for a post-Putin Russia. This claim means that everyone in Russia has accepted that Putin will lose this war and end his political life. We will see what will happen in the coming days of the. Thank you for watching the video. If you find it useful, please comment and share the video for us. It will make our channel more known. See you in the following videos. Thank you very much.